1 second, folks. I forgot to move my camera over. How's it going? That's a funny thing for me to forget. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, folks? We in there. All right, welcome to the stream. Welcome to this Thursday evening, where we're going to play Death and Taxes like we always do. Still trying to vet out the green splash. Currently, still just on 2 TEEGS after not having that much success with the collector oof. And we're just gonna keep trying it out. I feel like it's a weird splash because it doesn't really help with the very top of the format. You know, like the blue tempo decks that I think probably kind of are what we would consider to be the top dogs of the format. But it weirdly hits a lot of stuff kind of in like the tier 2-ish. So, but we'll see. You know, we'll see if we even fight those matchups because sometimes you just don't. But we will see. Hey, I have fun casting Bowmaster. I don't know. No sleeping over here. Tim Schultz. He's usually playing lands, which is where the green splash is definitely worse than the black one. Or sorry, the green splash is worse than the red one for Magus. But this is like kind of the only matchup really it is, other than 8 cast. But we don't really have much remulling 2 against lands, and despite the fact that this Thoughtseize can't really be cast, I think this is a fine hand to keep. It's not like great by any stretch of the imagination, but lands are good. Any non 3-drop is good if they're playing anything other than lands. Maybe the swords will do something. We'll see. Wooded Fit Hulls certainly sounds like an exploration's about to get cast. Yeah, alright. Bummer. And Urza Saga, jeez. Yeah, we'll Thoughtseize. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna laugh if the only card I hit is Life from the Loam, but what are you gonna do? Just as likely there's like a crop rotation in there or something like that. So they have to play Caracas here to make tokens. Or they just decide not to. Okay. Foothills Caracas. So their hand is Maze and Sheltered Thicket, right? Yeah. Bowmaster was the original impetus to Splash. Yeah. Do not dredge on this one. Oh, they dredged into a second loam. Yeah, okay, got it. Probably needle on Sash here, so we're gonna need to recruit for a Skyclave, something like that. Yeah. There's gonna be a loam on like Saga, Grove, Thicket probably. Yeah. This game is very likely lost, but we'll keep it going for a little bit. Hard to beat an exploration into Saga on the draw against lands, for sure. Not a whole lot to do there. I guess I'm actually gonna get Lauren, yeah. Yeah, eating loam is like not even something I'm thinking about right now. In fact, yeah, I'm just conceding. No reason to bother with this anymore. Um, so we have these cards. All of these cards are good. These Thalias are very bad, and these Bowmasters are not great either. Um, it's possible Jite is also worse than a Bowmaster. Um, there's a lot of cards we don't love in this matchup, but I'll keep Jite just in case. We'll submit this. I don't mind this hand. Thoughtseize, Rest in Peace means that our Thoughtseize can actually hit something sort of interesting. Notably, we also want to cast Thoughtseize like now as opposed to any other turn, because after turn one, they really suck. Um, I think this hand's okay. I think this hand's all right. I would definitely rather one of these Thoughtseizes be like a surgical plus wastelands with a Thoughtseize could definitely get us somewhere if we follow up with Rip after that, but we'll see. Um, we're gonna do our best not to expose Vile and Rip to Force of Vigor at the same time, um, but I think it's really going to be up to their draw whether or not we get to even worry about that or not. Alright, so we'll get that basic swamp out of here. Exploration Spear Library. I will happily take the exploration. And getting to tag a library after that's pretty nice too. The hand's kind of awkward actually. Yeah, they're just going to cast the spear. Yeah. And a Crucible. The Rest in Peace deals with the Crucible. Um, they also can't get anything off the Crucible as their hand looks right now. Yeah, so I'll just hit the library, we'll cast a Vial, and we'll pass. So we've seen these 4 cards. There we go. Haywire Might. That's rude. Okay. There's the Yavimaya gone. Notably, wasting this Yavimaya cuts them off of like all of their mana, basically. Um, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they recover from this actually. Here's the Tabernacle. They have Maze, which will make this Lauren not actually deal any damage. So I'm gonna hold off on it to see if I can tag like a Saga instead. I think given the vulnerability of their mana, the fact that Yavimaya is their only green source, I, th- I mean, I don't think it's always a correct move. I think it's specifically because they have 2. When I waste the Yavimaya, they have 1 colorless mana, and that's it. Um, Like they just have so little to do now. Now the Stoneforge can get a Cauldra. And that'll be a way for me to actually deal damage through the maze. I am going to pay for both of these because the Stoneforge in play does meaningfully change the clock. Oh, right, I have to click the color of mana. There we go. Judgment could be nice. Obviously, it doesn't matter yet, but certainly not upset to see it. My opponent says in chat, lands. Yeah, there's a lot of bricked land drops there for sure. On the draw, I want to cut Thought Seizes because like those Thought Seizes were only good because I cast them very early, and the second one only even did anything because I got the Exploration out of their hand, and they had like a kind of weird hand. So you really don't want to draw Thought Seizes like at all. One on turn one can be okay. Later ones can sometimes at least like make a crop rotation do not as much, but you really don't want to draw it that much. Bowmaster isn't good. It's just better than a Thoughtseize. At least it like gets on the board and attacks them. I'm waiting on them to decide whether they're on the play. I wonder if they're dual queuing maybe. There we go. Alright, what do we got? I'm seeing it's okay. Vial against lands is almost always nice. Surgical is one of the better cards we can have. If this had a Wasteland, I think I would snap keep it. The Solitude and Mom are like kinda mid, but like I think it's hard to mull this hand for sure. Opponent mulled to 6 as well. Mox Diamonds. What do they discard? Boseiju. Another Mox Diamonds. Urza Saga. Are they loaming? I think I just hit this Urza Saga, right? Yeah. The other option is to wait and hit the loam, but like we're just gonna die to this saga as it is. Um, and notably, the only thing that they can do to kill us usually after sagas are out of the deck is Dark Depths. Um, confirmed. Technically, they can kill us with Punishing Fires. There's only one Dark Depths, notably. So if we're able to exile that somehow through some kind of wizardry, then that is going to be a game, basically. But the primary way they have to win the game is gone. And they have a Taiga in hand, so it's just going to be Taiga Boseiju, and they're drawing off the or I guess they're loaming with loam. They're not drawing off the top, but yeah. All right, let's see. There's definitely a way to steal the game. Dog wants out of the room while this loam resolves anyway. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. All right, 1 second. All right, we back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, their turn. Oh, they didn't even play a land either. That's funny. Maybe they'll play one in post combat, man. Yeah, there we go. That all right. How's everyone doing tonight? Y'all having fun? Waiting for our opponent to pass priority. There's like no way they aren't dual queuing, which is fine. Just a little annoying. Why is my camera? Oh, there we go. That's more like it. It is a tough deck to learn. You need to really know what your opponents are all about so you know how to make the right decisions with a lot of your cards. I think it's easier. It is somewhat easier now than it was like pre-Yorion, because I think like Solitude and Skyclave are pretty good like generic answers to a lot of the things that your opponents can be doing. But it's still tough. You're definitely like playing with lower power level cards, and have to like grapple with that in a certain way. I think I'm just. I know they have the answer for the rest in peace, but tagging this loam is gonna be. Oh my God, Jax, come on, is gonna be really good for slowing them down more. Um, it also means that their Boseiju can't just go after the vial, which is good too. I'm actually kind of lucky that they. Am I lucky? No, I don't remember. Anyway, slam and rip, pass and turn. All right, cool. Surgical plus rip steals a game against lands. I'll take it. After that first game, where basically no cards we could have in our deck would win against the start like that. So, oh my God, Jax, make a choice. 1 second. Yeah, it's definitely different. I think like a thing that really identified D&D back in the day was Phyrexian Revoker. And so a lot of times you would be in a position where you would win or lose games based off of like naming the right card off of a Phyrexian Revoker when your opponent goes like Scalding Tarn Pass. Um, and that can be pretty difficult. You really got to know like from when you play a card like that, you really have to know from turn one with like the least information possible. Can I blindly figure out what my opponent is playing from the clues they've given me so far? That's not as much of a thing, but your cards are definitely overall less powerful, and so you need to know the exact lines that get the most value out of every card you have. Until you get to the end game, and then you Yorion blink 5 things, and then you can you can spew all the value you want. But getting to that point is definitely tough. All right, we are on the play in a Yorion mirror. This is okay. Um, this is a lot of removal if it's not the mirror. If it's like Yorion with beans, the Skyclave could be okay, but the rest of the hand is kind of mopey. Um, I'm going to give it a shot, though. Looks like the mirror, and this hand is great in the mirror. Beautiful. Well, I wish I played that vial on turn one, but that's okay. What decks does D&T play Yorion? There are some up the beanstalk control decks that play Yorion. There's Esper Vial. There's sometimes builds of like Cephalid Breakfast that play Yorion. Um, Definitely like at most like about 5 decks. Yorion's the only deck that like the only build you should be worried about is one that has Yorion in it. There are other decks like shells that may or may not have Yorion in them. This Thoughtseize is going to be good as long as we get to cast it. Our opponent is on mono white. So we have the edge in that respect. And that is part of what I was afraid of. All right. I'll take it. Mm-hmm. Don't sky. Okay, recruiter. And they recruit for Stoneforge. Yeah, that seems fine. Get the mom out of here. There we go. So, what do I actually want to do here? This Thoughtseize, I'm gonna save for either the Yorion or whatever, or basically like a Cauldron, really, if they get it with Stoneforge. If they get a GT, I'm just gonna Skyclave it. I think the only options I see are put Yorion in my hand. I could Skyclave the Recruiter because that's likely to be a problem later, but I think that's kind of spewing, and I think I should just take the turn to put Yorion in now. I'll Thoughtseize whatever. I'll Thoughtseize a Cauldron if they get it. Still have Solitude. Yeah, I think just putting Yorion in hand is fine here. We have much better answers for Recruiter in our deck, notably. Once we find like Bowmasters, things like that. Mm-hmm. It is a GT, so I'll get the Skyclave that probably. I guess we'll see if they cast it here. If they don't cast it, I might have to just take one hit and then Skyclave it after and kind of like waste my mana this turn. Not totally sure yet. Okay, cool. They cast it. Happy with that. I would love to draw a 2-drop. I guess not Thalia. A non-Thalia 2-drop would be nice. Caracas is not great, but I'll play it. It might make them Field of Ruin at least. I definitely don't want to bounce Loron because I really need this Vial to kind of catch up because they've been able to get to the board a lot better than I have so far. Hopefully this is a turn where they play like a 3-drop and cast and put Yorin in their hands. Recruiter of the Guard. What are they getting here? They definitely have a good Yorion board. I think probably the best thing they can do to pressure me is probably get another Stone Forge, because that Stone Forge is going to get a Cauldra, which is then going to make me kind of have to cast this Thoughtseize. Flicker Wisp on a Stone Forge, I guess, kind of does the same thing, but makes their board even more Yorion good. Which might mean we have to just let this Cauldra happen, which is kind of terrifying. Let's see what we draw. Let's just draw a second Thoughtseize, and that'll make things easier. Lion Sash does open up one other possibility, which is we can pitch Sash to Solitude to hit the Cauldra, wisp it with the Evoke trigger on the stack, and probably take out like a Recruiter or something after that. We could also just kill the Stone Forge, but I don't really love that when this game is going to go on for a bit and they just have to draw one land and then they cast Cauldra. The reason I'm trying to not Thoughtseize the Cauldra right now is that they already have an amazing Yorion board, and I want to save the Thoughtseize for when they put the Yorion in their hand if I can. And I have a lot more tools for managing the Cauldra in the short term than I do managing the Yorion, like right after they blink this board. If they blink this board, we just lose. So that's kind of where I'm in a pickle. Yeah, so I think we just pass. We'll do the Solitude Evoke trick. Hopefully this turn they put Yorion in their hands. They probably will, especially after we Solitude the Germ. Yeah, so we'll evoke the Sash because the Sash is like not really even a card. Evoke trigger on the stack. Exile the Germ. Activate this. Wisp the Solitude. That gets us swords. Okay. I can live with that, I suppose. And then I'm just going to block this Wisp. And this 3 mana better put a Yorion in their hands. Please. Samwise? Get out of here. Okay. I think this catching up now is definitely going to involve like looping Yoren and Caracas. Um, that at least helps a little bit because now we can Yori on this turn also. Yeah. With the Field of Ruin, I don't want to lose too many basics. Um, yeah, I'll get one scrub here. So hopefully they don't draw a land here to just put Yoren in their hand. Or no, they're 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, never mind. Yeah, they're still on 6 mana, so I don't have to worry about that. Gonna get a Recruiter. Recruiter's the scariest thing off this Yorion. Um, I've dealt with the threats for the most part, so now I just need to deal with the everything else. Just deal with the value that's in play. They sure got the right cards to beat me, huh? Can draw like Recruiter into Solitude, something like that. Stoneforge isn't bad. I can Stoneforge for my own Kaldra. That actually helps quite a bit. Yeah. It's 9 damage. It's a lot of damage. I think I gotta take it though. I guess I could bounce the Loran. The Loran's not really doing anything right now. We don't really. I don't. I think we'll gain more equity by not taking this 2 damage than by having this Vial in play. Particularly when we only have 3 Solitudes in our deck at this point. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay. I guess if we just cast this Thoughtseize, do we die? I guess we can't. I don't think we have another option. So we'll see. Oh, with a Wisp and Sam in your hand too. All right. I guess we'll see. Because we can block 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, we're dead. We'll see if they know that I'm dead. Oh no, sorry, because I can block. I can bounce the Lauren again, so I can put the Cauldra in play to block probably whatever has the Cauldra on it, realistically. Annoyingly, they're just gonna get to Samwise back the Solitude. Um, but I don't think I can afford to do anything about that, so I think I just have to take all the trades I can. Mm-hmm. I guess I'll let them bleed clock for a little bit. Yeah, mirror games are usually long. So they have Solitude and Wisp in hands. They could Wisp my Germ, and that would be really rude. Looks like that's what they're doing, yep. I made a mistake not keeping Port up. Oh, sure. There's casting another card. Okay. Sure. Okay, yep, that is exact lethal. No, sorry, that's 2 over lethal. I thought that was a 1/1 illusion for some reason. Or I thought that was a 2/2 illusion. Okay, that game's finally over. So these are the cards that I'm going to bring in. I'm just going to cut the Thalias because the Thalias are horrible. I don't think Battle of the Bywater is very good, but it has more of an opportunity to do anything than Thalia does. That's the main reason that I'm bringing in. Council's Judgment is a good catch-all, an opposition agent. It's not a complete blowout because every tutor in D&T is a May ability, but even just stifling those can be pretty huge. So this hand can't cast any of its early spells, gets wasted to death, so we're gonna mulligan. This hand has similar problems, but I think I might keep it on 6. I think keep it bottom Council's Judgment. I'm not even sure if I want to cast this Mom on 1. I probably do. It's just I am really wary of getting a scrub land is the main problem, which makes me want to wait to see if I draw another land on my second turn. But I'll keep this. I'll bottom the Judgment. A lot of anxiety about this play. We're just going to go for the scrub land. We'll see what happens. They are mono white, yeah. All right. Well, at least make them keep spending their mana doing things other than wasting me if they have a wasteland. Vial. Okay. Now that makes me feel a lot better. I don't think I'm gonna bother skyclaving yet. I think I want to just get my Cauldron into play. Okay, Crocus I can live with is a Wisp, a Skyclave. That just the Skyclave on the Stoneforge? Sure. Now the question is, do I skyclave the vial, or do I keep... I guess there's probably not much value in skyclaving one vial, right? I probably just keep Bowmasters up at least for a little bit. Especially if they're about to like put a mom in off of one of these vials. I'll be glad I Bowmastered it. I think I'm happy to hold. I'm also not too upset just like Bowmastering the Skyclave to skill in combat. I am doing my best. We're playing the mirror, except they're playing mono white, and they had better draws in the first game. So
the Taco Bell does not have Baja Blast Arrows the 2 times I've gone.
That's fucked up.
It's really messed up.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
Baja Blast is a god-given right.
Alright, thank you. That's what I thought. I masters now.
Thank you.
Hey, Jax. Jax, since I woke you up, we're going out. Jax. Jax, open door. Oh yeah. Get in the comments, chat. Baja Blast is a god given, right?
Jite, huh? Could I put Jorgen in hand, hold up double Bowmaster on a Stone Forge in your end step? I could see that. I could see that. Because that is a fair point that like we don't really have much to do against a Stone Forge off the vial. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Do I... This is lethal. So I'm going for it. Ooh, that's even better. Because now I get to Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize makes them have to put a 2-drop in, and then I just get to Skyclave it, and then I still have lethal. So that was a really good draw. Yep, cool. Trailblazers torch, huh? Nice try. I love the Gusto, but Trailblazers Torch is not a good card right now. I miss it so much, but the card is not where it's at anymore, unfortunately. Trailblazer's Torch is a blank piece of cardboard that is an equipment you can get with Stoneforge that puts the initiative into play. That is what it does. Oh, and what do they evoke? Samwise. Okay. And they have to hit the germ token, yeah. I think it's a great way to get access to the initiative with like just putting one card into your deck. But can't believe it's making me take this torch. I don't even really want it. Um, and do I even bother skyclaving the stone forge? I probably do, right? I guess I could take the GT instead. Yeah. Taking their second white when they have 2 vials doesn't really matter. I am also willing to take that risk. I guess recruiter could be another bad one, but that's true. Recruiter will always be good. Um, the card gains 8 right now. Um, so if we attack with all, they get to put another Stoneforge in, put the Cauldra in. They have 1/1, a 5/5, and a 1/2, so they can block the Skyclave and the Bowmaster and take 4, go down to 1, but then they don't really have a way to get lethal after that. That's true. Oh yeah, they could also just get Batter Skull. Good point. Um, so we probably are just putting Yorion in our hand and passing then. Yeah. Yep, and they do go for Batter Skull. Which makes sense. But it's also I'm mostly happy about that, so let's get a land. That's what I would really like to get. I'm going up to 5 on the vial, which makes sense. A land buys us so much time, though, if we find one. Alright, they are probably just going to put Yorion in their hands, then. We're not blocking. Yeah, I think it would have to be a probably the best non-land. I don't know what it would be. If it's an opposition agent could maybe get us there, because that at least means the Yorion blink doesn't do anything. But that might be it. Skyclave on the vial would be fine too, or Loron. We find the land. Yeah, land or dealing with Vile. Those are the two. Um, just getting a plains here, I think. Yeah. Blink these three. They get a 2/2, but that's fine. So the Bowmaster for sure kills the Recruiter. Skyclave takes out this Vial, and in a perfect world, we draw another land and just get to do the same thing and take care of the other Vial next turn too. I don't think we bother with getting a Stone Forge because they have two. Yeah, we just want to hit the Vial. And this at least does a good job of mitigating that even if they draw a land to cast the Yorion, it could be a lot worse. Okay, they do get to cast it. So they get like a Cauldron Sash off the Stoneforge, I guess, which is fine. I should F6 because clock is definitely coming into play here. Yep. Yeah, I just had that exact same thought. They should have attacked with the... Or no, they can't gain life on the battle skull. Never mind. That doesn't matter. Are you sure, Jax? There's Cauldra, and I assume Sash. They do not have another... what's the word? They don't have another equipment, interestingly. So we bounce, yeah, bounce our Yorion, cast battle, kills their Yorion, their Batterskull, and my army, and then I get to attack them for 5. And at that point, their Cauldra is all they have, and it's on defense duty, notably. And I still have my Yorion to reset my Cauldra after ours duke it out. So, yeah. And I guess I'll attack with this 2/2. Yeah. It's interesting. It's possible I wanted to take the chance on them not drawing a land and me drawing a land. I could waste the Caracas. Yeah, that's fine. So that they couldn't just equip Batterskull this turn. I think the downside, I think it might just be a little bit too punishing if I don't get to cast my Yorion, though. Mom. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I guess I do have to be wary of this port too, which is another potential risk in using the wastelands. Putting in Cauldron now doesn't really do much for them, so and now I don't have to worry about, yeah, since I can just attack if they port me in combat, that won't matter. Yeah, cool. Um, yeah, no reason to attack with those. Okay, Cauldrons bounce off each other. Now I think I want to waste, since I have the 6th lands, because that'll keep the Yorion in play. Yeah, they just let it happen. Yeah, I think we got this. Jax, can you let me win the game first, please? Bowmaster, the mom. Skyclave Vial or Stoneforge? Okay, they just concede. Probably, since I'm not going to be clearing their whole board anytime soon, I probably just take the Vial, because it means like a Solitude off the top isn't good. And I can easily beat a Batterskull and any of their creatures because they have the Cauldron. Yeah, they've been playing relatively slowly. Not like super slow, but definitely taking their time. Oh my god, Jax. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Cool. Cool. I'll keep this. Keep spawn on the wasteland, I think. All right, cool. The only thing I was really worried about was mom into Stoneforge, so we got past that. Although, to be fair, without another white card, we don't really beat Stoneforge either. So, I guess we'll see. Cool. That doesn't do anything. All right, what do you got? Probably just getting Cauldron here because they don't really have another choice. Yeah. So I could Bowmaster the Thalia. I think I'm just taking it, and next turn I can Vial in Bowmaster, cast Bowmaster on the Stoneforge. Yeah. That doesn't change anything, right? I guess I could like recruit a bad white card to pitch to the Solitude, but I would rather just get to use my recruiter on a good card instead. So I will just Bowmaster and Bowmaster. Flagstones, they probably got Cataclysm in their sideboard, but that won't do. That won't. I mean, I hope they don't bring it in for this matchup, but. Wisp my token? Yeah, that's fine. So I can recruit for a wisp my bowmaster their flicker wisp. That seems good enough to me. I'll start with attacks. I'll bowmaster the Thalia just because it's harder to block, basically, and that's all that matters here when they have a minute 15 on the clock. It also means I'll get to get in with Jite next turn, even if I don't draw a land. So. Sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. I won't think too hard. Ticking up here. So now we get to Jite them. Round 1 was against the lands. Game 1 we never had a chance, and game 2 and 3 we got to really get them in some kind of fun ways. Game 2 we had like double Thoughtseize openers, so we took an Exploration and a Sylvan Library, and then after that their only green source was a Yavimaya, and we killed their Yavimaya, leaving them with like Stage, Maze, and Tabernacle as their lands, and they just bricked for forever. And then in game 3, they had a double Mox Diamond opener, discarding Boseiju and Saga to cast a turn 1 Loam, and I had a Surgical in my opener, so I Surgical Saga, and the only card left in their deck that could win the game was a Dark Depths. And then I top decked a Rip to take care of the Loam that was in their yard. So, yeah, they just got. All right, cool. It is certainly difficult for lands to go well for you, especially with the Black Splash. It's been a while since I felt like a lands game didn't go particularly poorly, so it was nice to kind of get a couple almost free wins. See, that's what I'm saying. Really, it's sad that we more or less have confirmation the 40k cards are not getting online by Eternal Weekends. There is no shot. because apparently WotC and Games Workshop are still trying to figure out, like they're still trying to get the green light to even start implementation on Magic Online, um, which is nightmarish to me because it was estimated to be done this quarter, last quarter really, and then it just never happened. 62 cards in their opener, huh? Or in their deck. That is interesting. Sounds fine. Yeah, like Doctor Who's nowhere close. Uh, the Fallout cards are also almost certainly not making it anytime soon. It sucks. Uh, well, the MTG Goldfish says they're on post and they went Forest Reclaimer, so I'm scared. But maybe we'll get to Stoneforge them. We'll see. Okay, they have a bad. They start with a bad post, so that helps a little bit. Um, Post is not good. You really gotta cheese the wins. The Black Splash helps a bit because, um, specifically because Opposition Agent is so good against them. Um, and Thoughtseize can be okay, but it is definitely harder because you don't have port, so you can't pressure their mana nearly as much. So you're kind of just hoping that like a Cloud Post gets exposed to a Wasteland and you get to Surgical in a post board game. All right, I'm good on the lands, I think. Um, oh, that's a really nice one to tag. Um, Except for the part where they can just cast this Ulamog next turn. Um, Interesting. Man, Cloud Post is dumb. Right, because they can rotate the forest into a third post, play Glimmer Post, and they have like infinity mana. So I guess I have to take the Ulamog. At least I have a Skyclave for the One Ring next turn, so they're only going to draw one card off of it. But I don't love that, especially because it just gives them more time to get an Eye of Ugin into play. Bummer. I do not like you, Gaddock Teague. I do not want you in my league. I want Gaddock Teague in my league. This is an okay matchup for him because they have Green Sun Zenith at least. Far from amazing. Not the best matchup for him, but it's at least something. They also, I guess they sometimes would like Walking Ballista too. Hey, Float Hat, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an okay evening. They go straight for Eye of Ugin. Interesting. So they can play Glimmer Post and activate Eye next turn. And I guess that's what they're doing? Huh. That is not what I expected at all. Uh, I'm not. I'm thinking that about whether we Skyclave this Reclaimer. Let's just get in for a couple more damage. It means they have to, if they're rotating it for anything, they have to do it right now. What can they get? Since we got rid of the Ulamog, what's the worst thing they can get off of this? They're not. They can't cast an Emrakul anytime soon. Um, 1, 2, 3. I guess let me double check. No, because since if they have to tap one of the cloud posts to rotate this post into a good post, which does not give them enough mana to also activate Ayabugan. They usually don't have Sundering Titan. At least not that I've seen. And there's a chance that this Caracas in play will be good. Might not matter, but we'll see. Yeah, so they can activate Eye. What are you getting? Oh, you're just getting another Ulamog. Okay. Um, I guess that explains it. Sure. Solitude, please. Needs to be like exactly Solitude. It can't be a Recruiter. Um, okay. Uh, I can bounce it and Thoughtseize it and let them go for the ring, I guess. I guess that's what we're doing. Um, I don't love this for us, but what are we gonna do, huh? And Beseiju. Sure, okay. Mm-hmm. So their post tap for basically infinity. Are they casting a Generosent right now? Or are they casting a One Ring? I assume they're casting it at the One Ring, but maybe they're not. Seems better than Ents. Yeah, there we go. That isn't going to matter if I was technically wrong because I could have had Bowmaster in my hand and dealt them an extra damage. Alright, I really do not want to draw more lands, so let's get rid of that. I will pump fake real quick. Nice. Free life. I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Oh boy. All right. So they have 17 mana. And there's Zenith for a Titan. Yeah. This game should basically be over. Yeah, we'll just go to the next one. There's no way to beat this from here. All right, so cards we want are Council's Judgments, Opposition Agent, Battle of Bywater is decent against them, and Gaddock Teague mostly just for the Green Sun Zeniths. Usually like Surgical as well, because one of the few ways you have to really steal the game is just Surgical or Wasteland to Cloud Post and Surgical Hit. These Thalias are hot, stinky garbage. This Jite is not very good. Um, Lauren can be okay depending on how many needles they have in their deck, but is not usually very good. Mom is also not good like at all. They have Tabernacle. They probably have like a couple dismembers in their list, and that's about it. Um, Otherwise, they're going to be killing us with stuff like Walking Ballistas. Um, Although maybe Mom is better than some cards, at least because it protects Opposition Agent, which is one of our best cards. I could see cutting like maybe Lauren. Wisp doesn't do a whole lot. Wisp does attack them though, which is important. Bowmasters. I guess it's probably better than the Bowmasters. They do have one ring though. And we'll try this. Hey Potosi, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome. I'm closer to cutting Batterskull than I am to cutting Lion Sash because uh they usually have um they have Elvish Reclaimer. Sometimes making them small is good. Sometimes you just want Sash to be a big creature in a matchup like this. And also they usually have Ramanov Excavator in their list, and that can really change things up. No lands in that hand. And this hand isn't good. Um, it does at least have a Wasteland. Like maybe Wasteland Thoughtseize is good enough, but it probably isn't. Not sure. I think I gotta go to 5. That hand just sucks too much. Alright. No Thoughtseize, but I think we can keep this bottom. We might keep the Mom actually just to attack, honestly. I guess keep this bottom the battle. Alright, we have to put 2 cards on bottom. I guess we do this. And that is the problem with the Wasteland, Oppost, and Surgical at plan, is they just have they have a bunch of needles in their deck usually. But hopefully we'll be able to take something that matters here. Emrakul and Generous Sense, and that's it. Interesting. I guess I take the Generous Hint. um, huh. Yeah. Alright, that's not too bad. The splash does not really help. If anything, so you really miss port, but you do get access to. I can. Yeah, one of those was revealed to the Once Upon a Time. You lose access to port, but you gain access to Opposition Agent. I'm not really sure which I'd rather have. I don't feel great with either, unsurprisingly. Would you like to draw lands, please? This is the oh, just draw a card. Okay. Okay. Well, at least we get to do something with the Sword Splashers. Put them at like infinity life. Yeah. This is in fact what's happening. Yeah, another good Magus matchup. There's the Mikokuro. I was wondering if they do this now. Hey, Jake1779, well, thank you for the follow. Hope you are having a good evening. All right. So, how close are they to casting the Emrakul? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another post is +3 for 12. So I don't have to worry about them casting Emrakul, which means that I have the... I can think about recruiting for Stoneforge and casting it. The main thing I have to be wary of is I need to make sure that I have the ability to get a Solitude into my hand before the Emrakul can be cast. But I think that I am safe this turn. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12 is the most mana they can make if they play a Glimmer Post. So I'm good. Unless they have crop rotation, which I should have thought about. Others have Ulamog, sure. So they have Vile. Oh, they have Snowforge. Okay. So we're still alive. Just barely. They just drawn all the Eldrazi, huh? Okay. There we go. We're alive a little bit longer. They literally just drew Eldrazi for like 3 of their draw steps. Come on. Give me a break. This is hard enough for me. And now, even if I top deck a Solitude here, it won't matter because they're just going to get the 3rd Cloud Post and then kill me that way. Yeah. Alright, well, you run into nightmare matchups sometimes. All right, what do we have up here next? Having a lot of these hands with like 2 lands plus 3 drops. Well, if they have creatures in their deck, I'm feeling pretty great. So, and if they don't, then oops, we die. It's a very suspicious land. Batterskull, can you get out of here? You keep showing up. Bloodstained Mire Urza Saga. What does that mean? Who are you? We'll figure out eventually, but for now, we're just gonna recruit for Lauren, I think. I guess this could be Painter. Looks like Painter is the most likely from what we're seeing. further evidence of painter. Yeah. Okay. We figured it out. All right. You showed me. Okay, cool. Um, you do occasionally use Lauren. There's like you by default don't use it. Sometimes you can evaluate a board state where a draw for you is on average better than a draw for your opponent. Um, Also, yes, if you have a bowmaster out, then that can be another reason to do so. So, I think what we're doing here is casting Lauren. They're gonna have a red blast. We're gonna swords the painter in response, so the pyroblast does nothing. Lauren hits the table. We kill the saga because that is the saga can just be another grindstone, except you can't welder for a saga, and they also won't get another construct. So that was basically the exact exchange I was looking for. I was hoping that that red mana was up because they were trying to pyroblast, and that was good for me. Bolt on the Lorn, yeah, sure. Um, yeah, I don't. Well, is this just another bowmaster in their hand? Is a possibility. Is a thing I have to think about. Because I wouldn't mind just wisping their token to be able to GT them next turn, but it is pretty bad into another bowmaster, and there's not a whole lot they would not be doing with this mana. Um, Other than bowmaster, they would certainly cast a fable. They wouldn't have cast a fury, I guess, is a possibility. Another pyroblast. Um, I think they would have cast a welder. They certainly would have cast an engineer. Hmm. I guess I just make them have it because if it is a bowmaster, that's still not even that bad for me. It's annoying, but it's not bad. It's just another bolt. Sure, that's fine. I'm almost questioning their choice to bolt there at all. Another Badlands pass. They do have a spell because we saw them try to cast it for a second. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna Cauldron. They're milling me with Grindstone, hit Thalia, Mesa. Deal. Oh, I should have just cast Jite here. That was a mistake. Should have just cast Jite because then I can put Cauldron in and equip Jite to it. I think that casting it this turn is still right. as foolish as it feels, if they get a painter out of nowhere, then we'll Solitude pitching the Stoneforge. Okay, they're putting a little pressure on us. Ouch. Yeah, alright, we're fine. Another land here is nice because this lets us put GT on the Cauldra, attack them, and now we get to put in Batterskull and hold up Swords of Plowshares and Solitude. So, feeling good on this board state for sure. Cast Spirit Guide. Love that for you. If I just put Batterskull on to Cauldra, are they dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is exactly lethal. Making sure that I don't accidentally press a button through my attack step. Yeah, sign, order, that's fine. And all this damage. You're dead. Goodbye. Alright, what do I want here? Opposition Agent's alright. Council's Judgment's alright. Rest in Peace is alright. And I like... Battle of Bywater is like pretty medium. But it can clear up Saga tokens. It can clear up Hardcast Furies. I think it's better than some of the cards that we have. Notably, Thalia. Thalia loves getting boarded out. What else are we cutting, actually? I feel like I should remember. What am I usually cutting? Batterskull's kind of whatever. Sash is kind of whatever. Oh, I guess it's a Bowmaster. That's what it is. Yeah, there we go. I think... Yeah, there we go. We figured it out. Bowmaster deals with welders, which is nice, but we have a lot of ways to deal with welder in the deck for sure. So, well, This hand is pretty medium. Um, it does just kind of die to Painter Grindstone, but I think it's good enough against most other things they could be doing. The Wasteland makes it good against a Saga, which, there we go. Second, Caracas sucks, but ooh, City of Traders is not the best for them here. Painter Servant, sure. I guess if they have Grindstone on other soul lands, then we're dead. Except now we're not, so never mind. It's a Fable, maybe? Dragon Engine, got it. So this is just a 2/2 double strike, right? Yeah, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love 2/2 double strikes. I just want to make sure that, yeah, it's when it enters the battlefield from your graveyard. Yeah. Thankfully, they are nowhere close to grindstoning us then, so I'm just going to use my mana and swords this Dragon Engine. Especially because this is going to be a good potential opportunity to just Bowmaster this Painter Servant. Oh, okay. Welder. Okay, there we go. Deal. I will Bowmaster the Welder instead. And then I'll just get on with my life. Yeah, I'm just going to pass here. Seeing makes me a little bit anxious. Oh, another Painter Servant. Even more so now. Oh man, everything is 3 colors. That's pretty cool. Oh, the Aether Vial is now an Is It card. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better, but I don't love that the we can't even like Lotus Petal this Caracas for another Solitude because we don't have another white card in hand right now. Yeah, this is kind of awkward, but I guess we're just passing, and if they have Grindstone, we're dead. But I'm probably going to keep Mom in my hand, actually, for that reason, too. That helps a little bit. It's at least something else to do. Sure. You got me. In their spot, Pyroblasting the Vial was probably better, honestly. Uh, that is annoying, but manageable. So now we are safe to Grindstone off the top because we recruit for Solitude, pitch Mom, pitch Yorion. Uh, Fable. Okay. Fable was a card on my mind. That I hoped they didn't draw, but it happens. All right. So what we're gonna do here is recruit for Loron, and with the Vile trigger on the stack, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna solve. I guess we don't have to. Okay, so we are going to do this at the very least. And I think given the current state of things, I want to get rid of the Fable and not a Painter Servant. Although maybe, actually, no, because I think, here's what I'm thinking is I can pitch Mom to Solitude to kill the Magus, bounce Lauren, and then cast it again to kill two things. So the question is, would I rather have him have one Painter Servant or one Fable that's about to tick up to Chapter 2? We do have a Bowmaster in play, notably, which might make the Rummage not do as much, but I'm not totally sure. Sorry I missed your questions, Mika. I realized my chat was minimized for some reason. I thought about Bowmastering. Maybe should have. It certainly would be a little bit better here now that we have the Fable in. But I was thinking that I just didn't want to be in a position where like I didn't have an answer to a welder in the later stages of the game. I think that I probably just want to get the. I think I'd rather leave them with a Fable because it doesn't kill me right. It can't kill me right now, and I think that is valuable. All right, what do we draw? Swords to Plowshares. That is nice. We still have to pitch this Mom. So we're gonna get this Magus out of here. Oh, whoops, I need to actually fetch. Get a Plains. Cast this. Kill the Painter. Now we can pass, and everything's normal. They can Rummage. We get a Bowmaster trigger off of it. If they get a Fury, then things definitely are starting to look worse. But Fury is kind of always a nightmare, and hopefully they at least can't hard cast it. they can't hardcast it. So a win there. I guess they can hardcast it off of this treasure, so never mind. I am definitely going to trade here, though. Both because it's better against the Fury and because these cards aren't as valuable in play. So. Hey, Ebdeezy, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, serious cardcast Fury. That's a bummer. And potentially a bummer we should have foreseen. But I still feel like that was the right play. It just takes so much pressure off of us. And the Fury is going to cause a problem at some point, almost no matter what. Now we get to do, oh, not opposition agent. We get to use this Bowmaster to kill the reflection. I'm going to do this now because this lets me use the army token to soak up a bunch of damage. So I'll do this. And then in their second main, I'll activate Vial to put in Yorion. And if they have like a bolt for the Bowmaster, which they don't, then okay, I just get to sword something and that's fine too. But this reflection being out of play. Could just block with Bowmaster Vial and Yormits. Yeah, you could do that. That would also, yeah, I guess that's basically does the same thing except the army is a 2/2. So that is better. Thankfully, we're already winning this race, and getting to loop Yorion here makes that even more sure. So we can attack here. Engineer. That means I get to even use this opposition agent. Oh, but I have to fetch first. Okay, so we get a bolt out. We'll... Oh, I did this in the wrong order, but I think maybe we'll be fine. I was supposed to activate Vial and then hold priority bounce. I just did the wrong thing first, but that's okay. So now I get to save the opposition agents. They'll get to do their engineer shenanigans, but we have a bowmat, or we have the swords to kill it if we need to. Oh, but they just don't. That's probably a mistake, right? Keep that there. We don't want to draw more lands. Although we do anyway. this? Oh, it's a painter's servant. That, with 0 cards in hands, doesn't do anything but make everything look cooler. So I'll take it. This is at least just a free extra damage. Sash is lethal, right? Cast Sash, equip to Yorion, pump for 2. I think Swords on Fury is probably also lethal, but doing it with Sash is a lot simpler. So I'm going to go with that way. I'll just make sure not to accidentally click a non-permanent card, but I think even if I do that, I can just attack out with everything and they'll die. So, sorry, that's a lie. They will lose the engineer and the servant, but they won't actually die. This is another way for them to die, actually. Actually, make sure I'm targeting the right one. Okay. Yeah, because now they just lose 2 blockers, so they're dead the same way. Cool. All right. We lost to Cloudpost. And importantly, can't feel too bad about that one. That matchup is just bad. This hand's fine. It's a little slow, but it works. The last time I played against like combo elves or like cradle control. Cradle control I would have played in within the past week or two. Elves I have not played in months. I have not seen a hint of like a Quirion Ranger in a long time. Birds of Paradise. Okay. Goldfish says they're on Maverick. This certainly could be Maverick. Seems to be supported. Yeah. I'll just Bowmaster of Birds. Oh yeah, it is a Teeg mirror. Hell yeah, let's go. Their Teeg's better than mine. They're gonna make me not be able to cast a Batterskull. Yeah, this is gonna go pretty well for me, huh? Are they playing Jailer? Madman. Questing Beast is cool though, and into the One Ring specifically. That's enough Maverick list. Yeah, you can only take so much, right? Yeah, this is a lot of stuff that dies to Bowmasters. Uh, I have a swords and a recruiter. Yeah, I'm just getting a stone forge here. I'm gonna get in with my 1/1. Hiya. I think the One Ring is the main reason to play Questing Beast. Um, I think it's actually like a really cool deck, honestly. Um, but that said, I don't want to say that and uh, apologize for people who play Questing Beast just because they think it's cool, because that card has too much text. They have their own Bowmasters, but I have two Mother of Runes out, so we're good. Knights of the Reliquary. Alright, that is fine. Yes, I know that's not how you pronounce it. Don't at me. What we got? Bow Masters. Okay, so we are casting Stone Forge for a Cauldra here, I'm pretty sure. We don't even really need Jite because we're just going to kill him and we'll swords this knight. And I guess I should have kept the Crocus or the Plains untapped because this swamp isn't going to do anything. I was thinking maybe I would be casting this Bowmasters, but I'm just not. So that was wrong, but that's okay. I will not attack. I'm like, there's just no reason to make this Bowmaster situation more confusing for me. So, oh yeah, they're even just targeting me. Cool. I'd rather just make sure my mom stay alive for forever because I'm under no threat anyway. Yep, you got it. Oh no, I'm going to reveal my Gaddock Teeg tech. Oh no. Um, but real talk. I am just going to get Yorin in my hand and end this game. Nice Horizon Canopy. Yeah, sure. I don't know. Hierarch, I guess. Oh, there's a nurturing peatlands. They just really want to lose the Bowmaster despite being a fair deck, huh? This just feels mean, but it's what has to be done. There's the nurturing. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. They can see. I was thinking about that too. I also think I would just beat main deck containment priest. All right. I mean, I was gonna say I maybe cut these bowmasters for TEEGS because they have Green Sun Zenith, but they only showed us cards that die to bowmaster basically. So I'm always gonna. It sounds like I'm always gonna just gonna get something out of it. Oh, I guess it's Teague's probably better than Lauren though. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this hand is fine. Yeah. I was gonna say it's a little bit weak to a turn one mom, but we still have the judgment for that, so it's not even that bad. So the reason for Teague is basically um, the main card, the main one card I was thinking about when deciding to try out Teague is fourth Aerlingus. That card is really difficult to beat, and notably, it's like really good against like half of the deck of a lot of decks that have fourth Erlingus in it also. Like they have Force of Will, Terminus, some are four colors and have like Leyline Binding, One Rings, things like that. Um, and then when we started doing the sideboard math, me and a couple other people, we found that there's just like a lot of um, like decks around, not like in the top, like the top where like the blue tempo decks like Scam, Shadow, Grixis are right now. I feel like um, you're fine there, and you don't, but Teague doesn't do anything. But there's just a lot of stuff in like the tier two that Teague applies to. It's good against fourth Aerlingus decks. It's good against Green Sun Zenith decks. It's you don't like to rely on two drops against combo decks. You still need other things, but it's good against like every combo deck. Um, yeah, it just had a decent number of applications. Um, so here I am going to Thoughtseize. Yeah, okay. Happy to draw the black fetch so that I can cast this judgment next turn, even if they wasteland me, or even if they have a wasteland. Interesting. This hand doesn't really do anything, so I guess I just take the Zenith. I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised they didn't just Zenith. Oh right, this isn't a mana dork. Never mind. Um, I was thinking, why don't they just Zenith for Fiend Artisan? But that's dumb. Uh, so yeah, just take the Zenith. Ouch. I was thinking about that, JR. Since they have the swords, I can't do that, unfortunately. But I was really hoping to do that. I guess if they tapped out for excavator, then I could have done it. But yeah, I should just get rid of this mom. Okay. And I could bowmaster the dryad over, maybe. Oh, wisp target mom. Okay. Yeah, that gets there. I should have. Yeah, it's been a while since I thought about wisp tricks like that. That's definitely something I should not have missed. Oh, grist. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if yeah, they're plussing here. They smell another lands. Yeah, they're kind of flooding. Is this questing beast? Is it green sun zenith? Looking like a green sun zenith. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I feel like this is most likely to get a Fiend Artisan, which is, again, we could just kill it. Oh, Outland Liberator. Sure. I guess that's a little more annoying. Um, so if I think I want to Vial in the Wisp, Bowmaster. Bowmaster comes back in, kill the insects. Yeah, I think this is still right. Reason here is I just want to get this grist off the board before it's too late, basically. I was gonna say, I think they're gonna, yeah, they're just gonna, um, Swordsing the Wisp to protect the grist is what I was saying. I could ping the grist, attack with the army, forcing them to block, and even if they do, I just get to cast Yorion, blink the Bowmaster, and bring the grist back down to 1 counter again. Yeah, I think I like that. Taking this one up, gonna keep this vial on 3 for now, since I don't need it on 5 anytime soon. Mom is pretty nice, actually. Yeah, I'll just get a planes. Alright, attack Grist. I assume they're just gonna block with an insect here. They could also block with an arbor because they're about to excavator back. Oh, they're blocking with everything. Well, then I'll just kill the Liberator. Yeah, see ya. And yeah, I just want to keep the Grist on not minus counters. Really looking for a way to like completely take over this game, like a Skyclave or a Solitude Recruiter for Stonefall or something like that. There's a lot of good draws. Um, we definitely have like control of the board. We just don't really have an answer for anything they find. Well, at least we don't have to deal with a Kaya. That this really is. You know, you were not joking when you said that this was a cube deck, Katie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are they green? Oh, they're Green Sun Zenith thing for a questing beast. They sure are. This Kaya is annoying. I would not call it good. I'll let you look up the Oracle text on your own if you'd like to. I will not block questing beast. This is, yeah, combat damage that would be dealt. So importantly, Mom will not work in combat as long as questing beast is out. So taking this one up, keeping this on 3 still. Another Mom, sure. um, Alright, so we'll get rid of the Grist. But it is looking a little bit shaky on this race right now. No, she is not worth her weight. I can tell you that much. Yeah, this is where I start getting a little afraid. Yeah. Yeah, I think I do want to do this. Yeah. Give me something good. Something good. That's not good. That is not good at all. Have to just pass, I guess. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. We just needed to make sure that we drew. We really needed to draw like a good card in a couple draw steps to make sure that we didn't just get overpowered by other creatures, but here we are. Mom into land was not what we needed. And they drew something else really good. Like, I don't love that we might just have to trade Yorion for Questing Beast. It's getting a 1-drop here? Am I missing something? Noble Hierarch. Oh, sure. Because now they can attack for 5. Sure, you got me. Alright, I'm taking 5. I really need something. That is not it. Alright. Well, that's an annoying way to lose. No change to anything here, I don't think. No, we keep everything. Definitely punished that game in the long run for not using Wisp to let us kill Mom with the Bowmaster. So that was definitely a goof. Because we probably either would have been able to use Council's Judgment on the Grist to pressure them a lot faster, or if we just deal with Grist through combat, still we have the Judgment for the Questing Beast eventually. I'm going to keep this. Starting with plains, because I don't really want to... this Marsh Flats might just have to get another Scrubland to make sure that we aren't Thoughtseize or Wastelanded off of black. Yeah, that's fine. So I'd rather not... I'd rather wait to fetch until I have more info if I'm able to. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Swords. Goodbye. Not really what I'm looking for. But it's looking like we might just be hard casting these Solitudes, which is nice. Zenith for another... for a Grist. Okay. So I could recruit for a Skyclave. I could wisp the insect and try to kill it that way. I think I'm supposed to just recruit for a Skyclave though. Two is a lot of TEEGS. Is it the right number? I don't know. Nah, you. Alright. So that's how it's gonna be. Okay, that is good. So we'll Skyclave the Grist, play the Mom, and these plus hard casting these Solitudes should give me a decent chance to fight over the Monarchy with before it's too late. This looks like a Swords, which makes sense. What is this? Hope it's not like a prismatic ending. No. 4 mana, 3 mana. Green Sun for 2, sure. Are you just getting the Fiend Artisan into play? Yeah, okay. And then Oof. Alright, that's fine. Oof doesn't do anything right now. Okay. What are we doing here? Okay, that gives us the possibility of Wisp Skyclave to kill the Fiend Artisan, and then Stoneforge for Cauldra to get the Monarchy. I think that does more for us right now than just casting a Solitude on the Fiend Artisan. It gives them a 3/3, which is annoying, but the Cauldra is kind of solving that too. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I am glad we're in agreement. And the Skyclave comes back, gets rid of the Fiend Artisan. And hopefully this doesn't go too horribly. There's that Nurturing Peat land again. If only we had a Bowmaster at some point. Another Green Sun for 2. Is this another Fiend Artisan then? Scrib Ranger. think I take any blocks here. So if they're planning on this Scrib Ranger keeping them safe from the Flicker Wisp, then thankfully we have options against that. Yeah. Let's see what we draw. That's basically perfect. Skyclave would have also been nice there. All right, so what's the plan here? So we put in Cauldra. I guess the nice thing is we can Swords the Scrib Ranger and just attack with Wisp to take the Monarchy, which then puts them in the awkward position of having to attack into a Cauldra blocker, and we can recruit for a Bowmaster to kill like all of their creatures. So really, I guess the main question is, do we attack with Cauldra or do we keep Cauldra back as a blocker? Yeah, I think we keep it back as a blocker. Yeah, they only have green. Do we know anything about the 2 cards in their hands? I don't think so. I guess the one punish we have to be worried about maybe is their last 2 cards are Solitude white card to kill the Wisp. Which is maybe a good enough reason to attack with Cauldra just to be extremely safe. I think I've talked myself into not losing to a random Solitude in their hands. Unless they're F6 right now. I guess maybe I shouldn't listen to that too much. Yeah, I'm just going to go. I will do this. Okay. We get to recruit for a Bowmaster. We have the Monarchy. Oh, and they just concede. Okay, cool. I guess I didn't need to think about it that hard. All right. That was a little scary, but thankfully, yeah, we casting Wisp Stoneforge to pressure the Monarchy really paid off there. So cool. Been in a bit of a rut lately. Finally got a nice little 4-1, only losing to like one of the hardest matchups. So can't really be too upset about that. Green Splash came up a couple of times, right? We brought it in against 2 Green Sun Zenith matchups. Brought it in somewhere else, right? Maybe not. Didn't bring it in against lands. Didn't bring it in against Painter. Not brought in against Post Maverick. And then what was my 5th matchup? Would have been the second one, I think, right? Well, anyway. Still feeling like I need more data. It's hard to know, like, because leagues are so random, it's hard to really get a sense of Teague without like a lot of reps that I just haven't really put in yet. So I think the cost is sort of low, but I wouldn't be surprised if these could be better as like I've really been thinking about whether I want like a third copy of Battle of Bywater sometimes. It's just like so incredibly good in the matchups it's good in. I could also see a second Rest in Peace with all the Fair Graveyard decks that are out there. I don't know. Just some random thoughts. Nothing that I'm really set in stone on. I'll keep playing with Teague just to get more data. But yeah, um, happy to get a 4-1 after a while, and we have a very fun raid this time around. Um, Max Dorshan and Rich Callie are currently doing a battle between Blue Black Scam and Four Color Tempo, the questing druid with Bowmaster's deck. I think no, or is it the one with beans? I don't remember. You'll see. Either way, we're gonna raid Max Dorshan to see his side of the fight while they go through. They're gonna be talking through that matchup and playing through it. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming by as you always do. Um, I really look forward to this part of the stream, or to this part of my week. Looking forward to Sundays now as well. And I hope you all have a good night. Did I raid right? Yes, I did. All right, cool. Hey, Prognostics, thanks for the follow. I'll catch you next stream.